you know what? Summer of Anime 2018 has a lot of dark shows, but I think out of all of them, this one takes the cake. Happy Sugar Life is... I just finished watching the first episode, and honestly, I went into this not really remembering what the summary was, and I just didn't really know what to expect. At first glance, it looked like a very cutesy school life show, and then as it carried on, it got a little creepier and creepier and creepier. Like these little vibes here and there started popping up, and you're like, there's a lot more going on here than just this cutesy side to it. And I've seen a lot of anime over the years, and a lot of anime like doing something like this. They allow you to get a false sense of security, make it look like it's just a cutesy show, moe and all of that, but then, towards the end of the first chapter or end of the first episode, it turns around, flips everything, and you're like, oh crap, this is a very dark series. And that's kind of what Happy Sugar Life did with its first episode, but it did something in a way that is not like a typical twist. Like the last time I saw something like this type of twist, I think was hopefully I'm pronouncing the name right, but Gakko Gurashi, I think that's the proper name. I could be wrong. It's about like this zombie series where this girl is literally mentally insane, but everything's bad around her. I mean, the last time I saw something like this was from a show like that. Like I said, hopefully I said the name right. And Happy Sugar Life is just... It's pretty messed up, especially with that conclusion and the meaning behind everything. It's just like, yo, okay, this has a lot of potential for a series. So, number one, just to get right into it, the looks are definitely deceiving, okay? If you haven't already got from my first segment of this video, if you are turned off by moe or this type of animation art, then you're probably not gonna like the series. But it does have a darker vibe to it and some really good elements to the story that makes me interested and makes me want to continue watching it, which I will get into. But number one, if you like horror, psychological, and just like, I guess, weird, messed up romance, then you might like this. It's a very, very dark series. Like, in some cases it might be a little bit edgy, but at the same time, it's a good type of, it's a good type of edge, I guess. I guess that's the best way I can go about it. But okay, anyways, the first episode. As I said, when I was watching it, it felt like a cutesy show to me. And there was these little scenes where you saw this, black static pop up and all that, and you're like, okay, this is obviously meaning something, and there's something dark going on here. And eventually, as it continues building up, you see these vibes of how the main female character, there's something off about her. Like, she seems like she's okay, she's normal and all that, but something seems off. And the episode continues on more and more, and eventually gets to the point to where her boss starts forcing her to do overtime. And if this was a typical show, you would think that she would continue doing it, eventually just break down and yell at the boss, and like, stop this and all that, and, give me my pay, just, show her up. But it didn't end in a normal way. What our main female character did, she straight up blackmailed the boss, but what didn't just stop there. The way she went about blackmailing the boss and what she said to the boss, I was like, this ain't normal for a show. I mean, the way she went about it with how she was having a relationship with, her coworker, and how it was a person that was not of proper age. I'm like, what? And so the way that entire conversation went, I'm just like, whoa, this is getting into some pretty dark stuff. And eventually, we come to find out that the boy was always there all along. Nobody knew where he was. Nobody knew where he was at all. But apparently he was actually locked up in her office the entire time. And she was doing whatever she wanted with him, the boss of the main female character. And the main female character knows he's in there, looks at him, pities him, and then just walks away and leaves him. Doesn't even care. And I'm just like, did she just do that? Like, did she just legit just leave that dude in there? I'm like, I'm kind of surprised the kid wasn't dead, honestly. But I think that would have ruined the shock value of what happened at the end of the episode. So it makes sense why the writer didn't have the kid dead. But nonetheless, though, obviously the boy was kidnapped and, he's being, used and all that by the boss. So I'm just, like, blown away by that segment. And the way she was acting, I was like, okay, she's a little bit messed up, obviously, but, I mean, she's acting, you know, in a proper way. Like, she could have went about it a lot differently, she could have notified anyone, but it was starting to show signs that there was definitely something wrong with her. Then we saw the missing person side of, and then how we found out that the family that lived in this house they're gone. They're in body bags. They're just bags. And just, I'm just like, this character, she's kind of cuckoo. She real cuckoo in the head. And it's kind of ironic that she was taking the moral high ground, or trying to take the moral high ground and put down the boss, even though she's doing the exact same thing. In a lot of cases, a lot worse. Because even though the boss, I'm not, you know, saying the boss is not in the wrong. What she did to the boy and all that, what she's continuing to do and getting away with it, you know, it's messed up. But at the very least, she hasn't killed the boy. But she kidnapped him, obviously, and, you know, is taking advantage of him. But you have it to where the main female character, she's kidnapped, you know, this girl, and she's taking advantage of her, and we don't know how far or anything, but she's taking advantage of her, and, you know, she's killed people as well to be in the house she's at. So she's obviously went a lot further than what the boss did. But she was trying to take the moral high ground, acting like what the boss was doing was absolutely disgusting. And I'm just like, you gotta be kind of messed up in the head just to think, you know, you're in the right here, when in reality, you're doing stuff that is much worse, way worse than what the boss is doing. And I think what the writer was going with when this was done with this episode, or at least probably the chapter it adapted or whatever, was probably to show how warped our main female character's mind is. Because obviously in her mind she thinks she's probably doing the right thing. She thinks she has true love with the girl she's with right now, and she thinks like it's true romance. But in reality, she's just manipulating and taking advantage, and it's very apparent that the other girl, she's probably not right in the head as well. Because, I mean, she's just accepting everything. She's been kidnapped. She's with a strange girl watching over her. There's obviously something else going on between them. And it makes you wonder what happened to the little girl, too, to lead to this situation. There's probably more to the story. But at the very least, though, we do know that the main female character, she's interesting. She's a hypocrite. She tried to take the moral high ground when in reality she shouldn't be. It kind of shows that how crazy she is. She thinks she's actually right. She needs some mental help, honestly. I mean, I really feel like in terms of the way the story is going, our main female character, she needs to be put away. She needs to get locked up or put in jail, see a therapist, something. Like, something needs to be done, because she's not right. But, yeah, overall, I say that's pretty much it when it comes to, like, the description of the first episode. There's a lot of other things to talk about. Number one, let's talk about the voice acting. Now, the voice acting of the main female character, the pink-haired, which, go figure, the pink-haired girl would be, like, a yandere-type character. I mean, it's, like, a cliche at this point. But, anyways, the voice actor of her is pretty impressive, because even though, like I said, it was creepy episode, the character had a lot of different, like, personality. Like, for instance, there was this cutesy side to her, this lovey-dovey side, you had this serious tone, like, job-working tone, and then this yandere, dark, depressed, deadpan, like, type reaction. I mean, the voice actor put in a lot of good work for her character, and I feel like needs to be complimented because of just how good it was. I was very surprised with how good the voice acting was. But yeah, that's pretty much about it when it comes to this week's episode. I mean, it's a good episode. It's a good first episode. Definitely something that stood out to me amongst everything else I've seen from today. I mean, there's a lot of good shows I want to be talking about, but I mean, just like Happy Sugar Life. It's a unique one. It's a unique series, and I'm kind of curious. Is it going to turn out to be like a train wreck type series, or is it going to be something really good? Because a series like this could turn out to be really terrible because of how they handle certain themes, like the dark themes and stuff. So we'll have to find out. But overall, I do recommend it if you're looking for something that's not a norm and not lighthearted. Then check out Happy Sugar Life. And with that, I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video, please click the bell icon down below. Because for some reason, when you subscribe, you don't always get notified for when a video is uploaded. So if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video for, let's say, My Hero Academia, another episode of Happy Sugar Life, or whatever, so make sure to hit the bell icon down below. With that, I love you guys. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Stay healthy. Chibi out.